interesting to see Andrew Jarman going into the middle. He was their best last week in Adelaide, and quiet so far here today. Pittman wins down the middle, but Romero, who's been excellent for Footscray, and he's in there again. Liptak. Wine. Well, might have been a free kick against Jarman, but the umpire didn't see it that way, and is going to ball it up. Andrew Jarman kicked 6 goals last time they came here and played Fitzroy. I don't want to be too hard on him. He has had 18 possessions, so not really all that quiet, but a winning performance. They might need him to really lift in the middle in this last term. Osborne at full stretch. He's been great. On the turn, on the chest of Hargraves. Another mark to Johnson. 7 kicks in the third term, Brad Johnson. The full forward, Watts. And any goals by Footscray in this quarter into the breeze would just about kill off Adelaide's chances. And Jason Watts has been superb on the forward line.
Well, Johnson's break here was very good. What's been the difference has been that when Footscray fed a handball, the runner has had a little bit of space and been able to get out. On this occasion, they were able to find Watts with room around himself.
Lining up for his 4th goal. It's left, it's through! Well kicked, Jason Watson. What a start to the last term for the Bulldogs.
Well, I can't see the Crows catching them now because really the confidence is just too high from the Footscray players. They're oozing it just in the moment. They've got a lot of run within their game. They've got a lot of confidence in within each other. They're feeding the ball out first time with reflex handballs. And when you have a forward like Jason Watts now picking up his 4th goal, well, you've got every right to go straight for him.
And he's kicked 20 goals for the season, so it's been a big move by Alan Joyce to put him in the forward line several weeks back. Romero, he's had a great game. Dimattina's been impressive down towards the half-forward line. Smart outmarks Hargraves. Nigel Smart, leading tackler for the Crows this year, goes short and finds Connell. Second game back for the year, has been on the bench a couple of times to Ricciuto. Tremendous bump on Jose Romero early in the game. But to Romero's credit, he's got up and he's played well. Ricciuto kicks long into 50, Caven. He's been paid the mark. Started the game off in great fashion. 8 possessions in the first quarter. Been held since Southern went onto him. Long bomb into the forward line. High flyer there is Scotty Wine and just punches the ball through for a point.
I think that will depict the philosophy of Footscray here in this last quarter. There's going to be no risks. Let's not mess around, and the big fella gets back, pushes it through, and then gives his side a chance to be able to set up a little bit more run out of the defence.
Dimattina to half-back flank. Mark taken by Nigel Kellett, who started the game on interchange. Close to the boundary line, and that is out on the full. Danny Southern not happy with the delivery. An Adelaide free kick. Connell quickly by hand to Ricciuto. Long kick to full forward. Grant up high. Oh, Modra, good mark, who stood his ground. And Tony Modra has kicked 3 goals too. He's the only multiple goal scorer for the Crows. 3 goals from 6 kicks.
Gee, when you jump like this, like Chris Grant does, you've really got to make contact with the ball, even if it's just enough to deflect it. Modra had it well covered.
Modra for his 4th. And gets it.
Well, Modra 4 goals, and really there's only another couple of players who have jumped in with singles, so he is the sole man who can make the difference here. The play was still a good one for Footscray, even though Modra got it. They had numbers going back to him. Well judged mark and a well executed kick for his 4th.
Tony Modra, a lone hand up forward for the Crows. 2 goals in the first quarter, 1 in the third quarter, and 1 in this last term. Footscray, Darcy, beaten this time by McCartney. Taken away by Hart to Anderson. Quick hands by the Crows to Bickley. Out wide to Jarman. He's battled hard to Ricciuto. Pesha's got it. Has to feed off to Ricciuto. Caught high. Will take the free kick. He's got a loose play out wide. That's Connell. He can put it in front of Modra on the lead. Good play, Crows. They're not out of this game yet, Drew.
Well, we saw them kick 9 goals in a quarter with the Breeze against St Kilda last week. I know it was at home, but a rush of goals is not impossible.
So Modra, with 4 goals next to his name, should get the distance. It's hit the post. And a shake of the head.
You just wonder what's going on in the Footscray coach's box just at the moment. Stephen Crediok has done a superb job on Modra all day. Just some injuries now starting to niggle him, and Modra getting away a little bit.
Wira to Grant. Been a good player again for the Bulldogs. Kicked the goal, coming down from defence. Wira sets it up to Liberatore. So with a loose man, Libba can run and take a bounce. He's lost it. He's got it, lost it again. Great tackle. Footscray under pressure. Crediok took all the time in the world. Lucky to get his kick away. Hargraves got to beat 2. That's hard. Connell to Brown. Chance now for the Crows. Brown can run and have a long ping at the goals. Over the top to Modra. 45 metres out. He's kicked it. Here come the Crows.
Yep. This is a tough one for Alan Joyce, Terry Wallace and Brian Royal now. I really think Crediok is just about spent there. He's given it all right throughout the day. And Modra now the only man in that forward line who can make the difference for the Crows. Just getting that little bit of space now and really starting to hurt the Footscray defence. Be a travesty of justice if he pulls this one out of the fire for the Crows.
Well, Modra made a late start to the season. He missed the first 3 games, but the 5 goals equals his 2nd best haul for the season. Wind out of the middle to Romero. No distance with the kick. Adelaide lifting all right. Curley gets the hand pass back to Kellett. The kick is wide to Smith, who marks it right half forward. The hand pass into Johnson. He'll be run down. Gets rid of it quickly to the goal square. They've let it get behind Romero. Romero gets his first goal, and the margin's back to 33 points.
There's just no justice in the game for a backman, is it? Visca here is up in the goal square. He does the right thing. Tacks the ball back and... Oh, damn it. The poor back box. They cop it all the time. The little rover there, ready to finish it off.
Bulldogs by 33 points. Romero, close to being the best player on the ground, kicks the ball high back to Hargraves, has it punched away by Smart. Hart, short kick inside the centre square. Chance for Bickley, does it well, loves to run with the ball, kicks long. Modra once more the target. It's got Crediok out of position, good play. Crediok got his body in front. Haven takes Danny Southern, who bounces up like the Indian rubber man. Footscray out of trouble, back to Connell on 50. The target's Bickley. Osborne should punch. Big, strong punch away. That's a team-lifting punch for Footscray. Liberatore to Johnson. What a turnover. Johnson through the centre of the ground. Can go over the top to Smith. He can run. Kick long inside 50. Jason Watts is the target. Sensational play, Footscray, and it started from Danny Southern, who just won an impossible ball.
From centre half back, Southern spoil through the centre of the ground. Liberatore, Johnson and Smith, the well-executed kick that really favoured Jason Watts all the way, and his sure hands made the certain effort of a great push forward.
Well, with 4 goals, he was brought back to Footscray by Terry Wheeler. And he's kicked his 5th. He was languishing at Werribee, and Wheeler plucked him and brought him back to Footscray, and now he's kicking 5 goals.
And Wheeler plays him in the back line. I mean, he has been a revelation in the forward line. Alan Joyce has done well in this selection here. He's picked the right man for the spot, and he is capitalising on the efforts. And, yeah, Jose Romero again in the thick of things back there. Wind always steady across half-back, but Danny Southern, the right thing to do at the right time. A great spoil.
Well, when Jason Watts kicks a bundle of goals, Footscray win. He kicked 6 against Fitzroy, and he's got 5 here today. Wind the hand pass. West. Magnificent. Johnson to Osborne. Ran into a brick wall with Robran. Liberatore. A very high ball inside the 50. Watts again! Almost. Play on, says the umpire. It's flipped out to Edwards. Round the corner he goes. Centre of the ground, Connell. Jarman to half forward. Caven needs to mark it. Sweeping up is Wallace. Superb. 10 possessions in the third quarter, Stevie Wallace. Through Grant he goes. And Dimattina's been a welcome recall. And he marks it right half back. Do you want to give his father's coffee shop a run? His restaurant?
Well, they've got 2 in Lygon Street. One's called Il Gumbaro's and the other's called Dimattina's.
Last time we saw him play, you mentioned it that often, I thought dead set you're on a free pizza or a Parmigiana or something. Here's Anderson on centre wing. 99-60. 7 goals to nothing they need, the Crows. Just outside the 50. Brown lost it. Jarman got it. Plenty of Crows here. Bickley steers the ball, puts it out in front of Modra, a long way in front of him. He's outside 50, Tony Modra. Little toe poke. Oh, couldn't take it, Pesh. West has it.
So Footscray out of defence. Once more they kick into space. Johnson, he's been a great player. He can run over the top to Romero. Close to best on ground. Does a ball. Oh, he's been caught high. He's down. Nothing malicious in that. Just the change of direction caught McCartney out. So Jose got a bone-crunching shirt front.
He's gone in the book
early in the game.
And the last time he was here, he was reported, wasn't he, McCartney? I think at the McNoble last time.
You wonder about that. I reckon the umpire was going to let it all go until everyone came in and started to remonstrate. A lot of finger pointing at Jason McCartney there, and so the umpire decides to go with the flow.
So Jose Romero, this will be his 28th possession.
And Predial coming off, and Craig Ellis now going on to fullback.
So he goes wide, looking for Hargraves. Smart went the punch, but Hargraves too strong. Well, he's taken some great marks. That's his 9th. He started slowly when the Footscray forward line looked a bit top-heavy with Ilya Grigic down there and Luke Darcy and Hargraves, and they weren't marking the ball. But halfway through the second quarter, Terry came good.
He has. The boy from Coldstream who still likes to live up there and work with his dad at the panel beating shop. Has a real Coldstream look about him, doesn't he?
His father should have done some work on his face.
So Hargraves from 45 metres out. This is such an important kick, and he's kicked it. A fantastic goal for Daniel Hargraves. He's kicked his 3rd, and Bulldogs 16th.
So he's 3rd and follows up 4 last week, and is in full control about just at the moment there. And there's so much to like about the potential of this young bloke here. He playing alongside Jason Watts, and interestingly, the match committee at the beginning of the year had to make a decision between Jason Watts and Shane Allen as to which one they were going to let go. I think they've done well.
45 points is the margin. So they're winning the last quarter again by 10 points. So they've won every quarter, Footscray. Their best performance for the year by a street. Crows into attack, but once again a good tackle by Wallace, held them up. And a smother just outside the centre square. Guess who? Number 39, Libba.
It's amazing, Tony Liberatore, the leading tackler in the competition since about 1991, I think. Every year, he's the front man.
Pittman might have just beaten Wind. Dimattina. Back to the centre. Been a great contest. Oh, Aussie! A one-hander against Ben Hart. A magnificent mark. And he breaks away with pace. Kicks towards half forward, out in front of Romero. Johnson there as well. Brad Johnson, 60 metres out. Approaches the 50. Very high kick. Watts! And the hand pass, Kellett astray. Robrin goes back to McCartney, who's just been reported. A high one, and Tyson Edwards out of defence. To half-back flank, Bickley. Ricciuto. He's gone down. He's been putting blokes down all day. Here's Wallace for Footscray. On all fours is Jose Romero. Off to Grant, who's kicked one already from defence. He doesn't go for goal this time. He goes for Watts. And Jason Watts has got it again. And he's attempting to equal a personal best of 6 goals. And until he drifted to the forward line and kicked a winning goal here against Fremantle last year, who would ever have thought that Watts would be a forward? And yet he's going for his 6th goal for the 2nd time this season. Perfect. He's kicked 3 in the last quarter, 6-2 for the game.
And that 5 of those have come from marks, I think really does describe the quality of his game. Chris Grant there on screen had played at centre-half back all day. Really a non-event between he and Robin in the first quarter. I think Grant had 1 handball and Robin didn't really touch the ball. But then Grant has really gone on from there and really instigated a lot of run to the extent of picking up a goal himself and setting up that last one for Jason Watts,
who has now kicked 22 goals for the season. Bickley trying to crash his way out of the centre square. Johnson's been superb for Footscray. Liptak has battled hard to Jarman. Another good try for the Crows. Ricciuto, long bomb. That's a great kick. He's kicked a goal. Great play, Ricciuto.
Well, he's one player I think who can stand up. He's worked very well. He's been, for my mind, Adelaide's best player, Mark Ricciuto. He's had some 30 disposals and handed the tough stuff out when it was there, all fair and legitimately. And here gets his chance down, running off the half-back line to get into the play and kick himself a goal, and does it with a great degree of skill. Most competent player.
111-66. Nigel Kellett. West. A little bit quieter maybe in the second half, but brilliant early on. Romero's hand pass missed the target. Ricciuto to Pesh. Caven in front of Southern. Well done, Danny Southern. West to Dimattina. Kick blocked by Bickley and kept in the field of play. Back to Caven. Just gets the hand pass away. Bisker on the forward line. Play on rules the umpire. Grant with desperation, as though there's a point the difference. And the umpire will ball it up. 45 points the difference.
It's been one of the best tackling performances I've seen from Footscray.
Yeah, generally it's just Tony Liberatore leading the charge, but today it's been everybody, hasn't it?
They've just been absolutely ferocious. So Pittman got the ball down to Anderson. Romero is just having such a great season. Footscray through, Grant go forward, Hargraves. He's marked everything since halfway through the second quarter. Darcy, Osborne, who set it up in that first term with 3 goals. Caught high was Hargraves. When he's been tumbled to the ground, they fall on top. Doesn't hurt the kid from Coldstream. Bit high there, I would have thought. Darcy to West. Liberatore sets it up to Wallace. He's got Johnson wide, back to Liver. Great vision, Liver. That's why he's won the Brownlow medal. Smith makes space. And he's marked 40 metres out. So the Bulldogs, 17 goals, 9, 111. Adelaide, 9, 12, 66. Smith's kicked a point in the second quarter. Footscray's running today, setting it up. Plenty of numbers. Bringing the ball quickly down the ground has been a winner. And Smith has drilled it.
Well, the winners have been all over the ground for Footscray. The loss of Darren Jarman and Tony McGuinness surely has hurt the Adelaide Crows side at the beginning of the game, and then the loss of Kim Costa. But the winners have really been with Footscray. Jose Romero, I think, has been the best player on the ground. Scotty West was most dominant in the first half and really set it up for the Dogs. And Stephen Creedy, fullback, when the heat was on, really had Modra well under control, but the list could go on.
A crowd of 11,140 here to see Footscray back on the winners list. And there'll be another ball up near the centre circle. Scott West, 16 kicks, 16 handballs. Last year's best and fairest. Missed some early games this year. Back strongly. Adelaide forward through Ricciuto again. McLeod, number 23, who was a last-minute inclusion, had the rare distinction of being elevated to a state squad in the same week he was dropped from his club side. Added to the Allies list the same week the Crows dropped him, but he won a reprieve when Jarman pulled out. Jonathan Ross in ruck against Wind. Clean possession to the skipper. Whistle, there was a bit of a throw. And Ross will take the free kick. Too far out to score. No, he's given it across to Jarman. Out in front, Modra. Good mark on a fast lead. He has a new opponent now, with Craig Ellis going back on him. Now Modra's kicked 5. Good kick. That is a good kick. Number 6. Now there's a remarkable similarity here between Watts and Modra. They both kicked 6. They both kicked 2 in the first, 1 in the third, and 3 in the last.
But the difference is, in my opinion, that Modra's been the lone hand for Adelaide, hasn't he? I mean, to have kicked 6 and then only singles to a couple of other players really was never going to give Adelaide the chance.
He's kicked 30 goals for the year now, Tony Modra. He's been an outstanding player today. He's just gone about his business in a very professional manner. Not too much help from his teammates or his other forwards. Hart kicks the ball back inside the centre square. Pesh, make that ground. Quick kick back to 50. Pittman in front, punched away by Ground. Liptak tried to trap it. Southern just with brute strength pushed him out of the way. Back to Dimattina. He's had a good game, his first for the year. To West. Wallace, outstanding across half back. Scotty West. He's had 33 possessions. Brown hooks it around the corner. Liptak to Ricciuto. To Anderson, right on 50 is a long bomb kick. Modra from behind, he's got it, no! Hasn't been paid. Got a ball up some 8 to 9 metres out from the Crows' goal.
He was in the perfect spot there, but just Grant being prepared to charge back in onto him, took the natural flight off Tony Modra.
And Scotty Wine just punches the ball over the line for a boundary throw-in.
Well, the Crows' 2 losses prior to today this season were to North Melbourne at the MCG and Collingwood at Victoria Park. Here's a snap on the turn by Caven. That's not bad, a goal. Beauty. Oh, just offline. Not much movement from the goal umpire, so he fooled me. And Caven today has kicked 1 goal, 3. And the performance by the Crows at the MCG against North was pretty good. It was surprising the margin got out to 39 points.
Actually, I think we both had it together, and I was impressed. I thought the Crows were making inroads into this Melbourne record that they have, and I really gave them a great chance this year to be able to capitalise on the trips over to the east, but today they really haven't had anything at all for them.
So really their 2 hidings have been at the suburban grounds, Victoria Park and the Whitten Oval.
Wallace to Romero. Just keeps chalking up possessions. Aussie's off and running. He's going to test his speed against Hart. Johnson's got it, caught. Good play by Tyson Edwards. Ball up on the half-forward flank for Footscray. Well, coming into today's game, Footscray were 14th on the league ladder with just 1.5 wins. And the Adelaide Crows are in 2nd spot with 6 and 2. So no matter where you are on the league ladder, you can be rolled over. Kick by West. That's been marked by Curley. Came off the interchange bench, kicked a goal in the third term, puts it out in front, looking for Watts, who's kicked 6. Here's a chance for 7. Nearly kicked it off the ground. Back to Liberatore, back to Watts. He's missed. He's even got a smile on his own face. You can smile when you've kicked 6.
Oh, this is when you want the game to go for another quarter. You're on a roll, everything's going sweetly. Let's keep going.
Bad luck, he's only got 3 minutes to go.
Tasco kicks a long bomb out wide. Terrific mark to McCartney. Depeche, who kicks it back towards the edge of the centre square. Ricciuto has been a great player today. He's had 32 possessions for the Crows. Wallace has been thumped. Gets the ball out to Grant.
Relayed free.
So the free kick will go to Grant after Wallace was interfered with. Chris Grant pops it up in front to Darcy. He looks to be a top prospect for Footscray.
Well, it's been very good. Made his debut right back in 1994 with just the 1 game. A couple together last year, but this year's been very good. 7 out of 8.
Kellett and Osborne in front. Takes the mark. Had a sensational opening quarter for Footscray when he booted 3 goals and really got the Bulldogs off to a flying start.
And what's more to the point too, he's done it against no slouch in Ben Hart. I mean, Ben's had him all day, and there are not too many finer half-backs in the competition than Ben Hart. And Richard Osborne has used all his experience, you know, some nearly 250-odd games experience there, and his athleticism for a man his age, you know, coming up to 32, he's in fine physical shape.
So Aussie will be kicking from right on 50. It's a beautiful long kick. The distance is there, not the accuracy. 1 point. In fact, he's one of those rare players who has actually kicked 10 goals in league football for 2 different clubs. Kicked 11 goals once playing for Fitzroy and 10 goals playing for Sydney. So not too many players can join him there. Big punchback. Tyson Edwards down from half back to lip tack. So the doctor sets it up to Ricciuto. Hasn't stopped trying all day. He's been physical as well to Bickley. And Bickley usually kicks the ball long. Modra's the target, and he's got it. Looks in great touch, Tony Modra.
I think what we're seeing now is an indication of how good a job Stephen Crediuk did. That now that Crediuk's gone off the ground and Craig Ellis has got onto him now, Modra is really being aggressive and hard at the ball. Now, he would have had that same attitude early, but Crediuk had his measure.
Well, he's going for goal number 7, and he's kicked it. So a great individual performance by Tony Modra. He's kicked 7 at the Whitten Oval.
That's a fair accolade for Tony Modra, the way in which he's stuck to his guns right throughout it. I've actually snuck Crediuk into the votes as a result of the job that he had to do, because Modra was always going to be the key to the Adelaide side here. He was one that's going to make the difference, and Crediuk, from a little bit of internal understanding about the Footscray Footy Club, I really think a lot of Crediuk, and I really appreciate the job he did under some of the physical restrictions that he suffers with his injuries. So Modra, with that little bit of freedom now, well and away.
Modra, 3 goals to 3/4 time, and he's added 4 in the last quarter. Liberatore's hand pass over the top. West outstanding. Hand pass missed Libber. Lip tack through it, said the umpire. Footscray free kick to Liberatore. He wins the free kick because he's in there tackling. He's kicked to centre half forward. Jose comes to the back. Robrin. Lip tack. Bickley. Andrew Jarman. No 6 goals for him today. In fact, he's had 1 score, a behind. Inside the 50. Charging straight at it, Ellis. Ellis across to Dimattina. A couple of kids who've obviously spent plenty of time in the resis together, now playing in the late game. Smith just behind the wing. Johnson. Kick by Johnson over the top, back to Smith. And Smith's kick inside 50, disappointing. Smart should have taken the mark. Lip tack to Ricciuto. We're in the last 10 seconds of the game. The kick by Ricciuto to half forward. Was it a push by Caven? No, said the umpire. Great smother by Wira. Oh, the former Fremantle player, and he gets it to the boundary line, and there's the siren. What a victory to the Bulldogs. Just their second win of the year, and they've stitched up the mighty Adelaide Crows, who've had their best start to the season.
And that boy on screen, Daniel Hargraves, played very well halfway through that second quarter. He started to take some big marks, took 9 marks for the game. And if he can mark on the forward line along with Richard Osborne down there, giving them the pace. And of course, Jason Watts is a bit of a foil for everyone.
Yeah, the other thing it constructs then, Kevin, is to be able to release Grant back to centre half-back where they dearly want to play him. There's been much to like about Footscray's effort here today. Adelaide, it's a tough road when you come over to the kennel, but Ricciuto and Modra, Bickley all gave a good account of themselves. But there was just too much going for Footscray here today. The initiative at the outset went with the Dogs. They kept the momentum going right throughout. Many good players. Stephen Wallace at halfback, Johnson in the middle, Liberatore inside the contest. But Jose Romero and Scotty West, very, very good in the middle.
Well, did they appreciate coming back and playing a home game at the Whitten Oval? A couple of previous home games they played at the MCG and got an absolute hiding.
Yeah, that's the tough call. Whether the moves to the MCG, you lose that home ground advantage and the 4 points. What's more important, 4 points or making $1 at the MCG? And that's just the dilemma that Footscray find themselves in at the moment.
And the dollar here is 34,000 from a gate of 11,140. So in modern football, it's expensive to put a team on the field. A take of $34,000 is not huge. But the scoreline for Footscray is tremendously huge. The Bulldogs, they won every quarter.